Hey everyone, I'm Jimbo. Today we're going to walk you through a step-by-step process on how to clean the interior of a car from top to bottom. If you've ever been overwhelmed by the idea of cleaning your car's interior, don't worry. I'm going to break it down in a simple, easy to follow way. I'll be covering everything from removing the trash to cleaning those tricky areas under and in between the seats, and the importance of using high-quality interior cleaners, not just your average all-purpose cleaner. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make your car's interior look spotless and feel fresh. So let's get going. And first things first, before you even think about wiping down a dashboard or vacuuming the floors, you need to declutter the space. Detailing so often is about working in levels. I've talked about that before. So the very first level is just to remove all the trash and personal items. This is probably the least fun part of the process, but trust me, it makes everything so much easier, makes your life easier. And what I kind of like to do is either have a trash can nearby or two separate boxes and a bag, and I go through all the cup holders, the door panels, any compartments, and I get rid of all the loose trash, things that are obviously trash. If there's anything ever in question, I put it in a separate pile. You also want to check underneath the seats. Believe me, you'll be surprised at what you find down there sometimes, and sometimes you find good stuff and you can return it to the client and they're very, very happy. And so again, while you're at it, grab a small box or a bag and gather any personal items, sunglasses, chargers, loose change, anything that isn't trash you want to put in this separate pile. Lucky for me, I have boxes at my disposal because I pack everything up here for my Jimbo's detailing line. So what I usually do is just grab one of those boxes and I'll put all the personal items in it. I will even go through the glove box a lot of times and clean out the glove box. That's an area that gets missed. But really the purpose of all this is you don't want to get any of these things in the way while you're cleaning. The last thing you want is to damage an important document or an important piece of jewelry or anything like that. So again, it's all about creating that clean workspace and working in levels, and that is just part of the next level. Now that the clutter's out of the way though, it's time to do our first step, which is vacuuming. Again, the next level. But before you jump straight into that, here's one key tip, or as you're doing that, I should say. Move the seats all the way back and all the way forward. This will help you to get into those tight spaces between and underneath the seats that are really often missed. And that's a really good hack to be able to get, without removing the seat completely, being able to get all areas underneath the seats. So vacuuming the carpets and upholstery is obviously crucial because you want to remove any loose dirt, crumbs, debris before you start wiping things down. If you start wiping before you vacuum, you'll end up pushing dust and dirt into the crevices and onto the surface, making more work for yourself, especially if there's any black piano pieces or black plastic pieces that can be really susceptible to scratching. You want to make sure that you're getting all the big chunks out of the way before you start wiping on everything. And remember to use the right attachments. Use the crevice tool for tight spaces, a brush attachment for seats and upholstery, and don't forget about the floor mats. Take them out of the car, give them a good shake, vacuum them thoroughly. This would be another good spot to use that carpet drill brush. Just make your life a little bit easier. If they do have all-weather mats or rubber mats, you can even hose them down. I like to foam them while I'm foaming the car and then scrub them with a stiff bristle brush. And then you can let them dry as you're working on the rest of the interior. I love when clients have all-weather mats. It's so nice. And all right, once everything is vacuumed, we're ready to start cleaning the surfaces. Now, a lot of the people reach for an APC. A lot of detailers do APC, all-purpose cleaner. And while that might get the job done, it's not always the best option for your car's interior. There's multiple surfaces inside your car, whether it's the dash, the center console, the door panels. And some of these can be really delicate and prone to fading or damage, premature wearing if you're using the wrong product. So this is where a high quality interior cleaner comes in. I've been on this quest to find kind of the best interior cleaner as I work on developing my own interior cleaner for my line at Jimbo's Detailing. You can check everything out over at jimbosdetailing.com, and I'll make sure to link those videos below where I'm actually developing the product right here on YouTube. It's specifically formulated for interiors. It's safe on all surfaces. It leaves an OEM matte finish without streaks. Has UV protection. It's a really great product that I'm working on, and I'm super proud and excited about it. So start by spraying your cleaner directly onto a microfiber towel, not onto the surface. You don't want to oversaturate areas like buttons, screens, electronics. Obviously, Wipe down your dash, center console, and any hard surfaces. The goal is to remove the dust, the fingerprints, and the grime without leaving streaks or residue. And we are trying to leave back behind UV protection and make that surface easier to clean the next time, which is a key component of the interior cleaner that I'm working on. Actually repels dust, doesn't attract dust, and makes the surfaces easier to clean next go around. For areas like the air vents or seams between the panels, grab a detailing brush, a Scrub Ninja, or even a soft paint brush to get into those hard to reach spots. This will ensure you're removing all the dust and dirt, not just pushing it around. If you got tight areas, a compressed air can be really good. A tornador could be very good. And it really does work wonders. Sometimes even a steamer would be a good time to work in a steamer. It'd be great as well. So let's move on to the seats. Whether you got fabric or leather, there's really a specific approach to cleaning them. For fabric seats, you're going to want to use an upholstery cleaner, a fabric-specific cleaner, kind of, an interior cleaner. Avoid using an APC or an all-purpose cleaner here. It can just be too harsh and may leave unwanted residue or smells. I've seen it happen so many times where an all-purpose cleaner will actually attract more dirt and dust and smells. So you really want to use a interior cleaner, specifically something that's going to be pH neutral. So when using an upholstery cleaner, spray a small amount onto the seat and use a soft bristle brush to gently agitate the surface. Want to be careful here because if the fabrics are low pile or you can risk kind of messing up the fabric, you want to be very careful about what brush you use, and you may just want to stay with a Scrub Ninja or maybe even just a microfiber towel, but it will depend upon the fabric and the substrate itself. So, but by doing this, it helps, by agitating the surface, whether it's with a Scrub Ninja, a microfiber towel, or a brush, it helps lift the dirt and stains from the fibers without damaging the fabric. So then if you are using a brush, then use a clean microfiber towel, blot away any of the excess moisture or dirt and kind of sweep it up. For leather seats like we're working on today, it's a similar process, but with a leather specific cleaner. Again, this is why I'm developing an interior cleaner. It can be used, you could do a leather specific cleaner, but the interior cleaner that I'm using today and the one that I'm working on developing is safe for leather and fabric, which is cool. And if the seats are perforated, be careful not to oversaturate them. You really don't want any liquid seeping into the holes. It can create damage, and it can also create smells that you don't want to smell later. So that's very important. All right, now that all the main surfaces are clean, it's time to tackle the windows and the mirrors. I can't stress this enough. Don't just use any cleaner. A good glass cleaner that's ammonia-free will do the trick. You want to be careful with tinted windows. You don't want to damage tinted windows, and a streak-free finish is key. Here's a pro tip right here. Sometimes the only towel that works for me for windows is a brand new Kirkland microfiber towel. I don't know what it is when they're brand new. It doesn't work after you use it. It's not going to work the same. But if you're struggling and still getting a lot of streaks on your windows, try a brand new Kirkland from Costco microfiber towel. And for whatever reason, that has been my go-to default if I'm ever in a pinch and I just cannot get those windows to finish out. A brand new Kirkland microfiber is the way to go. So you could spray your glass cleaner directly onto a microfiber towel, or you could spray directly onto the window, but just be aware if you did put some sort of protection down on the door panels, you may get some overspray if you spray directly onto the window. And most times you're totally fine just spraying right into your microfiber towel. Wipe the windows. I like to go either in a horizontal or vertical pattern. And then when I get to the exterior of the car, I do the opposite of whatever I did on the inside. This is much better than trying to do like circular motions, because if you, this way, you know what side of the window your streaks are on. So if you have horizontal streaks, you know, hey, maybe that's on the inside. If you have vertical streaks, that's on the outside. So then you're not kind of chasing your tail. It's another really good hack that I've learned over the years. So now that everything's clean, it's time for some final touches. Sometimes you can get away with using an air freshener or a deodorizer to leave a fresh scent. Again, this is not to harp on the product that I'm developing, but as I thought about this video, as I thought about this podcast, as I thought about developing a product, I wanted something that was also odor neutralizing. A lot of people are super sensitive to scents, so I'm not a big fan of like leaving an air freshener in the car unless a customer is specifically okay with it. So I like to have my cleaners. Again, this is why I don't use an all-purpose cleaner anymore either. I use a dedicated interior cleaner because all-purpose cleaners are usually very caustic smelling. And a lot of times people are super sensitive to that. So that's just something to be really, really aware of. I will say, if you really want to go the extra mile, here's a pro tip too. Use a fabric protector, something quick that you could just spray on the carpets, on the seats, and it helps repel future stains and keeps everything looking cleaner longer. This is a huge tip for pro detailers or just those of you that are DIY, kind of maintaining your own car. If you can keep it cleaner longer, that's a win-win, right? So again, that's why I'm trying to put that into the JIMBO's detailing interior cleaner. So another hack that I really like to do, I do it in my wife's car, I have it in my own personal car, and I would definitely recommend doing it in your own car, is keeping a small detailing kit just for like touch-ups, a microfiber towel, maybe a bottle of JIMBO's. It'll go a long way in maintaining your car's interior between these like full big cleans, and it'll make it go a lot smoother. This is something, again, Kirkland microfiber towels, or you can pick up some of the microfiber towels on jimbosdetailing.com. And just having a really simple little kit in your car can really help. It's inevitable, especially if you have kids like I do. Spills are going to happen. Things are definitely going to happen. But if you have the tools with you to kind of knock it out real quick, that will be a massive savings for you. And that's it. A full interior clean from top to bottom. Whether you're doing this at home or professionally, follow these steps to ensure your car's interior stays fresh, clean, and protected, most importantly. And if you found this helpful, make sure you hit that button, the like button, subscribe to the channel for more detailing tips, and don't forget to check out the JIMBO's Detailing line of products. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.